Hey guys, sometimes when you're picking out the perfect conifer, you just need a little push in the right direction.
That's right, man. Today we got an amazing conifer for you guys for this cultivar highlight.
Guys, we're gonna be talking about Picea abies Pusch. Konnichiwa, y'all, and welcome to the MrMaple Show. Guys, today's we're covering an amazing conifer. We're here at the Buchholz farm. We love getting specimens whenever possible on camera for you guys. I love the color contrast we got going on within this conifer right here in front of me. It's Picea abies Pusch.
Man, this thing is looking phenomenal right now. We got some beautiful little new cones that are growing on this thing. Kind of a nice magenta purple color, really popping off of that green underneath. I love the Norway spruces, man. Typically when you think of Norway spruce, you're thinking of those larger, like weeping styles, but this is a super dwarf variety of the Norway spruce. Absolutely beautiful, man. I love the way this thing kind of flattens out, creating this beautiful like space here in the garden. Really nice setting here. As you can see, we're at the Buchholz farm.
We're in the Blue Forest.
I mean, this is absolutely amazing, dude. And this thing right now is putting on a show. I'm loving it.
Man, these magenta cones that it forms over top of the dark green, it's really pushing me to want to offer more of these. I love this plant. It's an absolute showstopper. My favorite time for this one is in early spring. You get those magenta cones kind of dropping over that green, and you get a lot of spring contrast all in this conifer. Now, later in the summer, those cones kind of go to more of a brown color, and they make an amazing contrast as well. Absolutely love this one. If you like cones, you kind of like that decorative look of them, I think they're really nice. And it also gives you a decorative cone that you could use, you know, in your reefs or anything like that. It's a little bit smaller, so a fun use for this one. Picea abies are awesome. This one is a colorful one. A lot of times in your more hotter zones, you're gonna want to give this some late day shade protection. We are here in zone 8 with this one in full sun, looking amazing.
Yeah, I mean, we're here in this beautiful section of what's considered, like you said, the blue garden or the conifer garden. And conifers are amazing for your landscape because they provide such a long, term seasonal interest to it. Whereas your deciduous plants are going to, lose their leaves throughout the winter. But this thing's going to always give you this bright green color out in the garden. And then, like you said, that contrast of those purple cones on top of that is absolutely amazing. I mean, you can see around us here, some pairings that this is going to go great with. We've got this ginkgo behind me here. That thing's going to light up yellow this fall, and this is going to stay that beautiful green evergreen color out here. So it's a great way to use this in your landscape.
Yeah, because being evergreens, conifers are great bones for the garden. You can kind of think of them as a way you can structure your garden. They're consistent. They're there year round. They're a great way to structure the garden and then add that deciduous elements around it. Picea abies Pusch is a more compact small form, typically 2 to 3 feet tall, 3 to 5 feet wide in 10 years. Now we're standing here next to a very old specimen, so you can see this one's even much wider than that. They can develop this kind of low spreading habit to them. Really useful in the landscape for a place where you're looking for something that's not going to be too large, take up a big area. Kind of think of this one as one you can kind of put in an area you want to be having a view over it. You don't want to block or obscure the rest of the garden. You don't want to block or obscure the house. Pusch is a great choice for a dwarf or conifer that's not going to outgrow your space.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a lot of our gardens are getting smaller and smaller, so you're needing kind of these dwarf varieties that you can squeeze into areas. You need a pop of color that's going to stay green all year long. This is a perfect candidate for that. I think, whenever I think about all of the plants in my garden and different ways that I've used them, I think the Norway spruce kind of has a unique, feel in it, you know what I mean? And you get that in that dwarf compact form. I've got a couple of nice ones around my garden that I really enjoy. And I think, when it comes to dwarf varieties, I think there's so many cool ways that you can use them. Like you said, I mean, if you wanted to plant this in front of a window, you didn't have to worry about it getting too tall. If you wanted to squeeze this into a corner, maybe you have a privacy fence, you need a little spot in the corner with some color. So there's so many different ways to use it. I love that about it.
So Pusch, or sometimes said Pusch, was found as a witch's broom by Andreas Pusch in Germany. Really cool, a lot of broom collecting going on in Germany. There's a whole community there of broom hunters in Europe. Pretty cool thing going on there. Really interesting dwarf, more compact form though. Absolutely love it. These are going to work zones 3 through 8, and kind of gives you a little bit more cold hardiness. Being that Norway spruce, you can take that all the way down to zone 3, which is pretty nice.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. And this thing is a choice variety. This won an award at the Conifer Society for being the Conifer of the Year in 2008, I believe it was. So this definitely performs well in so many different applications in the garden. And I think, you know, it's amazing that we can get out here in these garden landscapes and capture these things on film for you guys and show you kind of what they look like in more mature sizes and how they're applied in the landscape around us. That's one of the things we strive to do. We try to get a video for every cultivar of all these different amazing plants so that you guys have a better understanding of how to use them in your landscape.
Yeah, a couple fun pairings for maple collectors. You know, this is going to be more of that pancake shape. Think of it as that magenta Pusches in the early spring. I love that about the cones. You know, something that would pair interesting with this are darker lace leaves, like say something like Crimson Queen, but going a little more outside the box. You know, something like Kiyohime is going to have a lot of purplish tips to it, a lot of spring interest. It's going to complement this in many ways color-wise, but be a completely different texture. Pusch is great to grow in the container, but I'd like to see it next to Murasaki Kiyohime or Kiyohime for that kind of purplish design it gets as well. Kind of think of it in that kind of vein for a conifer too. I mean, you get some really interesting contrast. So a lot of places you could use something like Kiyohime, maybe put some evergreen interest in with a Pusch.
Well, hey man, we appreciate you guys hanging out with us today. I'm excited, man. I'm here at Buckholtz Nursery. I've been hardly able to contain myself. All these beautiful plants out here. We're like, man, how many videos can we try to shoot today?
We've been pushing it, you would say.
Yeah, we've been pushing it, man. We've been pushing the limits when it comes to what we can get out here and talk about. And that's what we love doing, man. Like this is what we're passionate about. I know I share that passion with Matt. I mean, when it comes to plants, man, I could talk about plants all day. And that's what we're doing. We're getting out here on the farm, walking around out here in the gardens, finding some amazing plants to talk about. Really cool plant today.
Guys, if you love cultivar breakdowns like this, we push them out on the MrMaple channel. We absolutely love it. We love talking about cool plants. Subscribe here because we do it 7 days a week here on the MrMaple Show. And if you love plants like Picea abies Pusch, make sure to be signed up for our weekly emails. We add plants every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern. And we talk about them here every single day, giving you all the inside information, showing you specimens like this when possible, close-ups of that crazy foliage, kind of just giving you an overall better view of the plants so you can make more informed decisions for your garden.
Absolutely, man. Appreciate you all hanging out with us. Take care.
God bless.
Have a great day.